Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you my GIMP setup on Linux, mostly the interface tweaks and the plugins which I'm using. In my opinion, the best way to install GIMP on Linux is with flatpak. Let's say you're using some old LTS distribution, and if you install GIMP as a classical package, dep, RPM maybe, you get an older version of GIMP, and it will not have the newest features, the bug fixes. Also, the most important extensions, plugins, are also available on flatpak. If you don't have flatpak installed on your Linux distribution, just go to flathub.org, click on Setup Flathub, and pick your Linux distribution, for example Ubuntu. Follow the instruction, and don't forget to log out and then log in, or just restart your computer so you have the flatpak apps appear in your menu. From the same site you can search for apps. Let's search for GIMP. And here from the arrow next to install, we just copy this command and paste it in our terminal. I already have GIMP installed, so let's customize the interface a little bit. I'm gonna move this history tab here, as well as the tool options here. I don't need this one for now, and this. And I'm gonna drag this one so it looks a little bit like Photoshop. You can move around these ones. It's just a personal preference. Now I have my tool options on the right side. Let's see, paintbrush. You can modify the paintbrush options here on the right, bucket fill, and so on. I also have the undo history here on the right side. Let's change something. And here is the undo history. You can move this around. Just click and drag, for example, here below, but I prefer it here next to the tool option. You can also add new tabs here from Windows, dockable dialogs, and of course, if you don't need it, just click here and close tab. Another thing to improve your workflow is using keyboard shortcuts. So let's say you're using very often the merge down command, which merges the layer, the current layer, with the layer below. You can do it with right click and merge down, but it doesn't have a keyboard shortcut assigned. It's very easy to add it. Just go to Edit and Keyboard Shortcuts and search for the command merge down in my case. Click here in the shortcut, and now I'm just gonna assign combination of keys. It's personal preference. I'm gonna assign just maybe Ctrl-Alt-M. When I press Ctrl-Alt-M, it's gonna merge the layer, the current layer, with the layer below. Just click Save and let's try. Okay. First extension or plugin that we're going to install is called GMIC. It's a huge collection of filters, free and open source filters, It's more like a standalone application, but it can be integrated into GIMP, also Photoshop, PaintNet, Affinity Photo. Let's see examples here in the image gallery. To install it as a flatpak, simply go to your terminal and paste this command. I'm going to put it in the description. Pick the first option. If you had your GIMP open it, close it and open it again so the filters can appear here in the menu. I already did that. Here you can see the GMIC Qt. To apply it, we need to open some image. Here's a lot of filters. You can play around with this. We will look into more detail of some of these filters in another videos. On this side you can see the image with the filter applied. If you hold with the right button of your mouse, click and hold, you will see the original image. I'm still holding, and when I release, this is the image with the filter applied. Let's make a duplicate of this. Ctrl-Shift-D, or press here in the layer, duplicate layer. We will apply a filter, this one artistic filter. Click OK to apply the filter. It could take a while, a lot of time, depends on your CPU. Some of these filters are pretty heavy on resources, so I'm gonna speed up the video. Now we can play around. For example, here, change the opacity. This is without the filter. And a lot of other stuff, but as I said, we're gonna look into that more into detail of some of these filters. They can be very useful. They can be used as alternative for some Photoshop filters. The next filter is called Resynthesizer. It's kind of similar to the Photoshop content aware filter. So for example, we want to remove this letter from the sign. Paste this command into the terminal. Again, I'm going to put it in description. This time choose this runtime version. And again, if you have GIMP open it, just close it and open it again, so the filter can appear in the menu. Now we can try the plugin. I wanna delete this letter from the sign. So with this free select tool, I'm gonna select around the letter. Then from filters, enhance, hue selection, and this is the plugin. This is part of the plugin which we installed, Resynthesizer. In this case, I'm not gonna change any of the default settings. I'm just gonna press OK. And now you can see it fills the selection with similar pixels. It's not perfect every time. Maybe you can try to select again parts of this, again apply the resynthesizer. Easier way to go to this filter or any other filter or command is to, okay, I'm selecting this and I'm pressing the / key, and from here I can search for commands. Here we go, hue selection, and here I can apply this resynthesizer again. Okay, the next plugin is called BIMP. So let's say you have a lot of pictures and you want to apply the same filters, the same color correction to this image. So it's gonna be a lot of work if you open them one by one and apply the exact same filters. This can be automated by an extension called BIMP. This is the commands to install BIMP as a flatpak. Again, the same procedure. And close GIMP if it's already open, and open it again. And now let's select our pictures from File. This is the plugin, Batch Image Manipulation plugin. Let's add our pictures from here, add images, add folders, and this is the folder with my pictures that I downloaded. Click Add, and here let's add some color correction. For example, convert to grayscale and a little bit more contrast. Click OK. Here in the output folder, I'm going to create a new folder in pictures named images grayscale, then press enter and OK, and finally apply. Now it's applying the effect to each image. When it's finished, you can close it. These are the original images, and here in this folder they're converted, and you can see they're converted to grayscale and also with a little bit more contrast. In my opinion, these are the most important and useful plugins for GIMP. There are also a couple of ones you can install as a flatpak. With a flatpak search command, you can check this. This is also interesting, LiquidRescale, but I am not using it very often. So let's say we have a subject and this kind of background, studio-like background, simplistic, and this plugin really works well on this type of backgrounds. And we want to increase the width. We want to make this picture wider, only the width. So the typical way which we increase the width of a picture is with image, scale image, and let's increase the width, but we'll uncheck this because otherwise it will also increase the height. and you can see how the subject is very distorted. With this LiquidRescale plugin, we can select the subject, and the plugin will try to save it from this type of distortion. So let's try. I'm gonna press again the / key, so I can easily find the plugin called LiquidRescale. Press enter, and yeah, we want to increase the width to 3000. Here on the preservation mask, with this feature, we can select the subject and try to preserve it while rescaling. Click on New, and here we can select the paintbrush tool and paint over the subject with a green color. It doesn't have to be perfect, just paint over roughly over the subject. All of this is happening on a new layer, so it's not destructive. And when you're done, press OK. Again, OK. And now we can hide this layer. And as you can see, this is rescaled, but the subject is not so distorted as the classical way we tried with the image scale image. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I hope you have a wonderful day.